Giving phenomenal customer service is going to get you business no matter what. And everyone explained how annoyed and frustrated they were at the situation and how I should have done this or I shouldn't have done that and blah, 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 but nobody helped. Hey, Nathan Mark here on another episode of the Selling Trust podcast. This was a little impromptu. Yeah, giving phenomenal customer service is going to get you business no matter what. Let me explain. I'm up in Miwok Village with my family. You know, we decided to go on a little snow trip, and that little snow trip turned into being a snowstorm trip. I thought a lot about what I wanted to talk about during this video, and to be perfectly honest, there's a million different things that we could discuss, from properly being prepared, to having the right tools, to knowing when to say no and when to back out. But really, this trip, I was struck by the kindness of our hosts. We have a little Airbnb that we're staying at, and our hosts were absolutely amazing, right? I brought the big travel van to do this, and it's not four-wheel drive, but it's got big, beefy, all-terrain tires, and I got snow chains. And so we made it up here just fine. And I gotta say, the gal, Sharon, she was amazing. She's been talking to me and communicating with me the entire time throughout before the family and I even got here. And we were playing phone tag and texting each other back and forth. And so when we got here, we overshot the driveway and I ended up getting stuck. And Sharon and her husband were absolutely amazing. Right? They helped out. They were very kind. They were very understanding. There were some locals that my car was blocking that they calmed down and dealt with and made sure everyone could relax a little bit. And Sharon's husband was with me basically the entire time that I was working on getting the vehicle unstuck and giving a helping hand. And meanwhile, there was a whole line of cars waiting for us. And the funniest thing is everybody had comments to make, and everyone explained how annoyed and frustrated they were at the situation and how I should have done this or I shouldn't have done that and blah, blah, blah. But nobody helped. No one really offered to do anything except run their mouth. And I think in sales, there's a lot of salespeople who do that. They're all talk. They run their mouth. But when the rubber hits the road, they're nowhere to be found. And Pat, is Sharon's husband's name, Pat was there. Pat was helpful. Pat was amazing. And not only helped me get unstuck and got us into the driveway and everything was taken care of, but then inside their Airbnb, they've got snacks and they've got hot cocoa and they've got board games and like a little play nook and like this tiny little bed that's in its own little like cubby hole in the kids' room that like my daughter fell in love with. And they've really made this space, even though, I don't know, it's probably 1,000 square feet or less, maybe 900 square feet. It's a fairly small little spot, but they've made it feel just magical. And they make you feel very welcome when you go there. And then the other thing that's wild is, so we're actually going to have to cut our trip short and we're going to have to leave early. What you can hear is the generator in the background right now, which is crazy because the power went out, right? The power went out for the entire mountain, essentially above the snow line. And so there's no power. And Sharon messaged us at 1:30 in the morning saying, hey, listen, the power went out. I'm so sorry. We're going to refund you for your trip. And not only that, we're going to offer to have you guys come back for another 2 days and stay with you or stay with us on the house. And I can't help but think that Sharon and Pat are inherently understanding of the Mark method, right? They're a master of their craft, right? They're excellent hosts at Airbnb. They know what they're talking about. They know the area. They can give advice. They've got that down. They're solid at it, and they're super helpful. They're very kind, very patient, very giving people, right? They have a mastery of mindset, right? They're unflappable, right? Authenticity, the A. They are authentic. They're genuine, right? I was able to talk to both of them about their family and where they work and what they do and why they moved up here into the mountains and all this stuff. And it was like, they truly do the things that make the most sense for them and their family and who they are as people. So they're very authentic. Our relationship, they are focused on building relationships. They didn't have to do all this nice stuff for me. Now, yes, I guess it's part of the Airbnb model where your host situation results in a better overall referrals, right? You get referrals. People give you recommendations and they can rate you and so that is their carrot on the stick. But really, I feel like they've gone above and beyond while we've been here, just in being so incredibly helpful. And K, right? Keeping it simple. They haven't made anything overly complicated. They've done everything proactively for us. Sharon has been an incredible communicator, simply giving us information that we need, not really elaborating it with a bunch of fluff or anything. And then when it came to the power going out and them deciding that, hey, they wanted to do something for us, it wasn't like we had to jump through a bunch of hoops and reach out to Airbnb and try and get a refund, and we didn't have to do anything. She literally just was like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're going to do for you. I'm sorry this happened, and we can't wait till you guys can come and stay with us again. I actually gave both of them a copy of my book because I was just so impressed by their generosity and their ability to show up and be present and be helpful and kind. And it's just check, 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 check. So I've had an amazing experience in spite of all the stress and all of the unexpected things that have happened since we've been up here. I've had an incredible time because of them. They made it good by the way they handled and reacted and dealt with everything that's been going on. And I think that is a true testament to when you find someone that is operating in the methodology or in the vein of the Mark method. When you experience someone who's doing that, you genuinely walk away feeling like you're taken care of. You feel loved on, you feel seen, and it's just a wonderful experience. I've had an absolute blast getting to know them in this short time that it's been. And I look forward to coming and staying with them again, because honestly, like, why wouldn't I? They've been phenomenal. If you haven't checked out my book, I encourage you to go check it out. The Mark Method. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on my website. The website's pretty cool because you can grab a PDF and an audiobook if you want. Amazon, you can get physical copies. But the power that exists in the methodology and the effects that it can have on people are really incredible. And I can't speak more highly about Sharon and Pat and how they implemented the Mark method. And so if you want to learn the steps, if you want to learn these fundamentals, if you want to learn the process of the Mark method, go ahead and grab the book. This is a shameless plug, like honestly, because I have experienced someone doing it to me and it felt so dang good. Like it just felt so good to get that, to be on the receiving end of it, to feel taken care of. And so if you can learn how to do that and take care of your customers and interface with them properly and make them feel like $1 million, chances are they're gonna spend $1 million with you. Thanks, and have a good one.